Thanks for watching the demo of the Data Quality app. Demo will be shown on high level, and if you have questions about the app after the demo, please contact us. Data Quality app currently has two major features: data quality rules and duplicate detection, both of which encompass a wide array of customizable options and sub-features to ensure a comprehensive and tailored approach to managing your data. You can use the Data Quality app on Dynamics 365 for marketing, sales, customer service, field service, and any other model-driven app that Microsoft creates for Dynamics 365. In addition to Dynamics 365, you can also use the app in powerapps for model-driven apps. I will begin the demo with a short introduction to data quality rules, followed by a demo where we can see it in action. After showing data quality rules, I will demo duplicate detection features. I am excited to introduce you to data quality rules for Dynamics 365, specifically designed to help companies enhance their data quality management. Data quality rules enables you to validate data input against a specific pattern, which helps to ensure that the data entered is in the correct format, helping to maintain consistency in your data, allowing you to monitor and maintain data freshness, and that your records meet specific business requirements. Now that you have a brief understanding of what our data quality rules is and how it can help improve your data, let's dive into the demo to see it in action. I will use this account for demo. We'll now open the account and show how data quality rules are displayed on the form. Here we can see the data quality dashboard in the middle that displays all the rules for an account. The naming of the rules can be named as you want them to, and mouse over will show the full name if it is too long for the user's screen to display. There are three different icons that are displayed. Red and yellow icon indicates that a data quality rule hasn't met the requirements. The green icon shows that requirements for the rule are fulfilled. I will use the rules that are not completed for this demo. The first rule that is displayed with red icon is checking if any email has been sent to the account last 14 days. Then we have a rule that is checking if there has been any type of activity last 7 days. If appointment has been held and completed last 5 days. If we have received any email from the account, and lastly, if the phone has correct Danish format. Before I begin to fulfill the requirements of the rules, I want to show another type of dashboard that can be used. This dashboard displays a large icon if you want more attention to the data quality rules for the users to see. The big icon will show the most critical severity. If there is a critical rule that is not completed, then red icon will be displayed. If there are no critical rules but there are warnings, then yellow icon will be displayed. If all rules are completed, then green icon will be displayed. I will use the first dashboard that we started with. We'll now go through the rules that are not completed. There is one rule marked as critical, and 4 rules as warning that are not completed. You can have conditions for when a rule should verify data. As an example, we have a rule here that is checking if the phone is in Danish format, and this rule will only verify data if the country is Denmark. I will now change the country to Sweden. After saving the record, then a rule for Sweden will be displayed, and the rule for Denmark is not valid anymore and won't be displayed. Now we can see that the rule for Sweden is displayed since this has condition to verify phone if the country is Sweden. We'll change the country to Norway where we don't have any rules for, then rule for Sweden or Denmark won't be shown. I will change the country back to Denmark and correct the data so the rule requirements are met. This is just one example how you can use conditions for a data quality rule, and I will show more options when we look how to create a rule. The rule for checking Danish phone format is using regular expression and is checking if the phone starts with +45 or 0045 and have 8 numbers after country code. I have corrected the phone number and the requirements for the rule are now met and the rule is marked completed. We have now 3 warnings left and 1 critical. They are all related to missing activity on the account. I will create some appointments to solve the warnings and afterwards send an email to solve the critical rule. The first appointment that I will create is a follow-up for the account. This appointment will solve one of the warnings that is checking if any activity has been created last 7 days. The other rule that is checking if any appointment has been completed last 5 days will still display a warning since this appointment is not yet completed. I will save and close the creation of appointment and refresh the data quality dashboard. Now we have 2 warnings left and 1 critical. As mentioned before, the warning that is checking for appointment last 5 days needs to be completed and not open. I will create another appointment and then close the appointment as completed. That warning is now gone, and we are left with one warning and one critical. I will now create an email that simulates that I'm sending an email to the account to solve the critical data quality rule. Now there is only one warning left, and in this case, we can't solve it. This rule checks if we have received any email from the account. When that happens, then all rules will be completed and marked as green. When a rule is not meeting the requirements, it automatically changes to warning or critical. I will now open an opportunity to show you some other examples of data quality rules. Here we have rules that is checking if there has been any activities last 10 days. Description field has at least 30 characters. At least 3 activities has been created. I will show another example on the case entity, and then I will move on to show how data quality rules can be displayed in a view and dashboard. Similar to an opportunity, we have rules that check for the activity count and value of certain fields when entering the case. The purpose of this is to show that data quality rules can be applied to all entities, and that any rules that are specific to your organization can be created. I will now show you how to view all records and check if a data quality rule shows a warning, OK, or an error. We have created this view that also includes a data quality rule field. This rule checks if there has been any activity in the last 7 days on the account. As you can see here on the view, it shows an OK or warning. This means you can immediately see which are OK and which haven't had any activity last 7 days without opening the record. We have created a simple dashboard using the same view and displayed it in a chart. This shows which accounts are OK and which have a warning. By using focused view, we can open the list and the user can go through them to resolve the warnings. I will select this account from the list. On the account, you can see a warning that this account hasn't had any activity for the last 7 days. The user can solve the warning by creating an activity in this example and without leaving the focused view. This allows the user to identify quickly which records to focus on and solve the necessary warnings and critical rules. Then, they can continue to the next record. As seen here, the task is created and I will refresh the dashboard, so we will have one less warning. I will go back to the dashboard and you will see that the account the task was created for is now marked as OK. I will recap what we have seen so far in the demo. Data quality rules can be created on all entities, and you can select between 2 designs for the dashboard displayed on the record. You can create a rule that validates the value of a field or related activities. You can also specify if the activity should be open or closed. You can select if a rule should be displayed as warning or critical. Data quality rules can be selected as a column in views and dashboards. Combining the focused view with data quality rules gives the user a better overview of which records to focus on. I will continue with the demo and show how to create a data quality rule and which options there are for now. I will open the data quality app where we have all the configuration for data quality rules and duplicate detection rules. I will begin by showing the rules for data quality. When I click on data quality rules, we will be able to see all active rules. I will sort the rules by entity. You can always deactivate or delete a rule if it is not needed anymore. Here's an example of how to create a new rule, and I'll explain the different options. First, we need to select an entity that the rule should be created for. It will scan all entities in your system, including custom entities. After selecting an entity, you can choose which field to create a rule for. I will select the account name and continue to choose rule type. The first is regular expression validation. This can be used to validate a value format. You can create a rule as a warning or an error. Warning is displayed with yellow warning icon. The error option allows you to select whether a user's action should be blocked by the rule if the requirement is not met, whether it's when the record is created or updated or both. This means that the user will get an error message when the rule is triggered and will not be able to continue until the issue is solved, or set it to none if you don't want to block the user's action. In the rejects field is where you write your regular expression. Next rule type is minimum length. Here you can select minimum length for a field. For an example, if a field should have at least 3 characters. Next rule type is last modified, where you can validate when a record has been updated. For an example, if you want a warning or critical error if the record hasn't been updated last 5 days. Now, for the rule type number of activities. Under activity type, you can select any activity that you want to count, including custom activities. I will select appointment. Now you can select activity state, if you want to count only active activities. Inactive, which in this case are completed appointments or any state, and then set how many activities you expect. Now for the last rule type, which is last activity. Here you can select any activity type, activity state as we just saw for the other rule. You can write the number of days how old the latest activity should be. In this example, not older than 5 days. All rule types can be validated based on a condition. It can be for a specific business unit or team. For example, this can be used if a business unit has different fields, or a rule should only apply to one team. The last condition is if a field has a specific value. I will select the country field for this example. You can select if the field value should be exactly the same, contains the value, or is not empty without any value. I will select exactly and type Denmark. This means that the rule will only validate if the country is Denmark. I will recap the options for the data quality rule. It works on all entities, including custom entities. For now, there are 5 rule types to use. Regular expression that can validate value format. For an example, if phone has correct format or a field doesn't contain invalid characters, and many other scenarios how this can be used. Minimum length, where you can validate a field's length. Last modified, where you can validate when the record has been modified last time. Number of activities can be used to count any activity. Last activity is used when you want to check when a record had an activity last time. For activities, you can filter on any activity type, if the activity should be active, inactive, or both states. Direction for activities can also be selected. For an example, if an email is sent or received, or if phone call was outgoing or incoming. For all rules, you can create condition when the rule should validate, for a specific business unit, team, or a specific value in a field. I will now continue the demo with duplicate detection features, which will also be part of the data quality app. We'll open this duplicate account to show you the duplicate warning. This account is a duplicate based on the account name. You can click on View Duplicate Records to view duplicates for this account. The duplicate can be selected immediately and manually merged. Fields for manual merging can be configured. This means if you want to allow users to merge only some specific fields, you can do that, or if some fields shouldn't be merged. I will now show the real-time detection of duplicates. It detects for duplicate as soon you tab out of a field. So a user won't type all the fields. Click Save and then find out that it is a duplicate. As seen here, right after I have tabbed out of the field, it detects that I'm in progress of creating a duplicate. I can view the duplicates and can select if I want to merge them or open one of them. Users can also detect duplicates directly from a view. This is a very effective way to clean up data. Users know their records best to merge them. Here's an example. I click on the duplicate detection button and then for all records on all pages. I can now select which duplicate rule to use for detection of duplicates. Here are 3 available rules to select from. You can configure which rules can be selected for the users. Then I can select if I want to run the detection now or schedule it in the background. We'll now open the data quality app and show a duplicate rule and explain some of the options. There are many options that I won't cover now, but feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Some of the options include selecting which entity to create the rule for. You can also select which fields to display when there is a duplicate warning. You can also select which fields can be manually merged if you allow users to create new duplicates. You can add users to the ignore list if some users should be ignored by the rule or an integration user. Fields used for duplicate detection have different configurations based on field type. One of the newest features for duplicate detection are the phonetic fields. Phonetic is a method of detecting duplicate data by comparing the sounds of words or phrases instead of their spellings. You can select between 3 languages, English, Spanish, and German, and it will generate a sound value based on that language, and it will detect duplicate where the sound sounds the same. Phonetic fields are also searchable by advanced find. The last thing I want to show is the bulk merge feature. When the detection has run, you can open one of the results and choose to manually merge or bulk merge. I will show the bulk merge option and briefly explain some of the options. Here you can create a rule for what should be considered a master record for duplicates. You can select if the master record is the oldest record based on the created or modified date, or the newest record should be the master. Another option for selecting a master record is the one with most activities or filled fields. You can select if you want to merge related records from duplicates to the master record, or select some manually. If these options aren't enough, You can use fetch.xml to define the master record. You can export your advanced find search as fetch.xml and paste it here. For example, if you want the master record to be the one that has an account number or a specific value in some fields. There is option to skip errors, so it continues to the next record if one fails. You can start the bulk merge immediately or schedule it in the background. I will recap what we have seen regarding duplicate detection. You can create duplicate rules for all entities, including custom entities. Real-time duplicate warning without the user saving the record before it detects as duplicate. In addition to simple duplicate rules, you can also create more advanced rules with filtering and fetch.xml. Phonetic fields give you the option to detect duplicates based on how data sounds. Bulk merge saves you a lot of time merging many duplicates and has many options for selecting the master record. Control if a duplicate is allowed to be created. This gives you the option so a user can't create a duplicate. These are some of the features available. Data Quality app is designed with data privacy and security in mind. It operates entirely within your system, ensuring that your sensitive data never leaves your system and we have no access to your data. This approach protects your information and helps you maintain GDPR compliance. Data Quality app also comes with predefined security roles. This is so you can control which user has access to create duplicate rules, data quality rules, run bulk detection, and bulk merge. Everything is under your control. In addition to all of this, the Data Quality app is certified by Microsoft before being published on AppSource. With its rigorous security measures and Microsoft certification, the Data Quality app offers peace of mind for businesses concerned about data privacy and security. Aside from duplicate detection and data quality rules, more features will be added to the Data Quality app. We update the app monthly and big updates at least every 3 months. We offer support to all users of the Data Quality app. If you need assistance, you can always send us an email. We appreciate your time spent watching the demo and hope it has piqued your interest. Don't hesitate to reach out to us for any inquiries, personalized demo, or other requests you may have.